Alright, what's up everybody, Craig here. Just to let you know, if you paid attention to my last video, I'm deployed right now to the Middle East, but I've been hooking up a lot of guys out here in my shop, about 7 or 8 so far that have gotten Macbooks, and we've upgraded, but I'll be doing my standard, putting the solid state drive along with more RAM and the data doubler. I've kind of showed people what it looks like, but I haven't showed anybody how to replace it. It could get tricky in one spot, and I'll explain that when I get into it. But from what I heard from what the Mac rumors say, when I think June or something comes out, they will be doing away with the old unibodies of the MacBook Pros, which is bad news. Basically, Apple's making it really hard to upgrade. You have to upgrade through them, which, what does that mean? You have to pay an arm and a leg. So the cool thing about the old MacBook Pro unibodies is that you could pretty much upgrade what you wanted in here, which the main parts, you know, your RAM, your hard drive, and then I put the data doubler in. So we'll go ahead and get started, but like I say, if you guys got the chance, go ahead and snag one of those old MacBook Pro aluminum unibodies. Right now they still have the i5, but if you go on Mac Mall, they still sell the i7, which I think is the best MacBook Pro you can get right now, because once you upgrade it, it'll be cheaper than the newer MacBook Pros, but it'll be more powerful. So we'll go ahead and get into this. So I'll go ahead and take out the hard drive first. Hard drive's right here. There's 4 screws on how to take it out. One right there, and then this is your hard drive mounter, and this actually just comes out. Also, if you live in dry environments, you might want to ground yourself before you go touching the hard drive. If you zap it, electrostatic discharge will fry the hard drive and your data is now gone. Also, if you do get your MacBook Pro from Mac Mall, I've noticed all our guys here have got it from Mac Mall because you can pick up the i7 for fairly cheap, and they've been coming with Mountain Lion load on it. So I'm going to be loading Mavericks on it, and I'll put an annotation in the video so you can see how to create a bootable thumb drive for that in case you want to load Mavericks on yours. So hard drive is out. So now what I'm going to do, you know what, I kind of got ahead of myself with the hard drive, but now what I'm going to do is upgrade the RAM, just because that's so easy to do. Your RAM's right here. There's 2 tabs, one right there and one right there. You pull them outwards away from the RAM and your RAM will just pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another screwdriver just so you can see. But so this screwdriver is going to push that way, this screwdriver is going to push that way, and this RAM will just pop up, as you see. So I'm going to take that first stick out. Second stick, I'm just going to pull out a little more. That will come out. Okay. So I got 2 sticks of RAM out right now. We're going to upgrade this one to 16 gigs, and I believe this was the i7. So this should be 8 gigs that I'm taking out, and I'm putting 16 in. So there you go. We just went from 8 to 16 gigs of RAM that quick, so that's pretty easy. Alright, back to the hard drive and solid state drive and data doubler. So your data doubler, right now we want to take out the optical drive, because who needs an optical drive anymore? Who uses a DVD-ROM? So you might say to yourself, well, I kind of do, in which this person did say that, and so for I think 20 or 30 bucks he got this DVD-ROM enclosure, and so now we're going to turn this DVD-ROM into a USB DVD-ROM, so you don't lose that capability. But I'm going to go ahead and you're going to disconnect these three cables right here. This is your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This is your optical drive, and this is your hard drive. Just FYI. So I'm going to pull this up. Okay, those three are done. Now we're going to go ahead and take out, there's a screw here, there's a screw there, and there's a screw here. And that's where it gets tricky, because you're going to have to loosen up this whole Bluetooth radio setup, and you got to get under there. So it could get a little tricky right here, but we'll get through it. Okay. All right, now this is pretty loose. You kind of get it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go for this guy down here. Here, if you can, you got a flashlight. You got a flashlight on that sucker? Flash it in there. Here, bring the camera around here. He's going to flash his camera in here. And the screw's actually down right in there. See if I get the focus. Right there. See where my screwdriver head is? That's where the screw is. So it's a toughie, but we'll get it. Make sure you got eyes on that thing, because if you see it start trying to strip, that's not a good sign.
Alright, we're recording.
Ready? Alright, so we got that little sucker out right there. It's not fun, but we got it out. Like I said, careful you don't strip it. Keep eyes on it. If you don't see that screw turning, that's not good. Stop what you're doing and make sure you're not stripping it. So, okay, let's go ahead and pull this out. So here is our optical drive, all nice and out. And what we're going to do right now is remove the SATA cable. Put this guy over here. And we have to take this off because this has to go on the data doubler. So we'll go ahead and do that and then put it on the data doubler. Drive, The data doubler is right here. So you see the two holes right there. That's where this goes. And what you want to do is put it right here, and then make sure you put this on the right way, which would be this is the lower edge, the 90-degree edge is facing down. So it should look like so. So this should look like so, and if it looks like that, then go ahead and get your hard drive ready to put in there. Your hard drive should have these mounting screws. You're going to need that for your solid state drive. So you're going to need a T6 torque screwdriver. Go ahead and start taking these off. Then you're going to put it in the data doubler after that. Remember, your boot drive you're going to want where your old hard drive used to be. Your data drive you're going to want in the data doubler. So go ahead and put this in there. There we go. All right, now we're gonna the screws that came with the data doubler. You're gonna get the two big ones out. It's two big screws. Get those guys out. This one. So the two biggest screws right here you're going to get out and then put in the data doubler. Nice. Always make sure you're over something when you're holding small screws because they like to run away. Okay, first big screw is in there. Okay. Second big screw is in there, and that hard drive is not going anywhere. Now we're going to put the SATA cable back on the data doubler. Okay, and we're going to slide it back where the optical drive used to be. This is now going to take place of where the optical drive used to be. So just slide right down. I'm going to go ahead and get this cable right here. Move these cables out of the way because old. There we go, and then it'll drop right in there. Okay, now we're ready for the screws. The data doubler also came with screws that are a little bit longer for the data doubler. So use the data doubler screws to tighten the data doubler down. Now we can hook these cables back up. Okay, put them cables back up. Let's put that Bluetooth receiver back together. Alright, so after that's in and this is all tightened down, what you want to do is make sure this is nice and tight. Press down these are all snug because this is your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and you want to make sure that you have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So make sure. Okay, everything's good to go. Now we can put the solid state drive in. That only takes 2 seconds. Put the hard drive mounting screws on. So let's do that. Find your T6 torque screwdriver. Alright, once that's done, now you hook up the SATA cable. Okay, drop it in. Why is that like that? What's that all about? That's what happened. This came off. Where'd it come from? Alright, so I had to stop the video for a minute because this little hard drive mount, little rubber piece came out. I just put it back in, no big deal. But the hard drive mount's going to go back in. Then we're going to screw down these 4 screws. So SATA cable's in. Hard drive mount is about to be in. Where's my other screwdriver? There it is. Okay. Yep, we hooking people up. Alright, hard drive is in, and that is it. All we got to do is button up the unibody and we're done. So, everything's snug, and we're going to button up the unibody, and we're going to be done, and then we'll just load the operating system on. And I already have a video for that, so just click on the annotation and it'll show you how to do that. Alright, that's it. That's not going up there.
Balls.